Good morning, everybody. It's a Friday, the 5th of June, and it's Courageous Friday. Now, this is particularly apt for me because I'm being very courageous this morning in even doing this live video, because yesterday I broke a front tooth. Now, I don't know if you have noticed throughout these live videos, but I did have a missing tooth on one of the side, and that had broken before the lockdown. The dentist was going to fix it for me, and then there was the lockdown. And then, of course, yesterday I broke another tooth. So I'll be talking like that. No, I won't really, but you can slightly see it. I've just got to be brave and continue with the live video. These things happen. I did think, well, I could just post up maybe a picture of myself and then do it like a radio, but no. So I'm here, ready and courageous to go ahead. Now, to be courageous, you've actually got to have to let go of your fears. So easier said than done, you're probably saying. Now, I saw a social media post, or it might have been on the television, if people saw it, of it was a wee boy who was walking towards his father. I don't know how his father was managing, but staying really calm and taking a photograph of the wee boy with a bear behind him. And he was just calmly talking the boy towards him. And I thought that how brave that was, you know. I mean, obviously in certain situations, if you're, you don't want to, if you're frightened of a tiger or a lion, everybody says, oh, if you're really frightened, stay still. But that's your kind of fight and flight response might come in. But for today, we're just talking about, in general, the fears we have. So it's your negative self-talk that's holding you back, and it's telling you to be afraid. It's kind of going, do you hear that little voice in your head? And it's going, oh, look out. Oh, wait. Oh, that's not for you. Oh, it's not a good idea. Oh, I wouldn't do that if I were you. And sometimes backed up by friends even saying that, and more like that. So the quick tips really are really my quick ABC. Because the A, which I think I had to do this morning, I am brave, I am courageous, before I kind of got on to talk about this with my tooth missing. And then the breathing, the B for the breathing, because that gives you energy and strength, your deep breathing. So I think we should all really maybe start this morning with that affirmation for ourselves. I am brave. I let go of fear. Now, successful people do this all the time. They succeed in business, they succeed in their life in general because they're courageous enough to let go of their fears, and they don't let their fears make the decisions for them. Dale Carnegie, now he was a positive thinker, and his advice to people was to do the thing that you're afraid of and you'll conquer the fear. So that's another interesting aspect of that. Now, vulnerability is another thing. We're all vulnerable at some point in our lives, maybe sometimes daily. And you need to stop being frightened of this feeling of vulnerability and just accept it. If you're afraid of people knowing the real you, stop and turn this around and think, right, if I open up and I show my vulnerability, it increases your confidence, and of course you're showing people the real you. And when you live in fear, you're showing that you have little or no confidence in yourself. So really accept that we are vulnerable. We're all vulnerable at some point. Then admit that you've got fears. That's another one. All these people say, I'm not afraid of anything. Well, that's just ridiculous to say that, because we are afraid of things. So don't be afraid of opening up to others again, that you are afraid. We can be afraid of failure. We're afraid of success. We fear that relationships won't work out. We're fear of not doing well in a task. We're fear of not being a good parent. Everything around us, we're frightened of all of this. Well, when you identify what you're afraid of, then you're able to find out how to overcome that fear and do something about it. It's the same, another kind of tip here is to face your fears if you're afraid of something, now this is where there are professional experts, of course. If you're afraid of snakes, afraid of spiders, some of the techniques they use, that professionals use, are they actually use the approach that exposes you to the thing you're afraid of. So they expose you to the spider or the snake in order to overcome that fear. And this is all about facing your fear. Now, if you do have a phobia like that, I do some phobia meditations on phobias, fear of flying and things, but and I tailor some to suit people. But it's professional experts actually can take you through that specific fear. Now, I'm like a broken record, but I've talked over the weeks about thinking positively. You need to change your mindset. One example that I can think of is we're often kind to others, but then we don't let others be kind or do something nice for us. So stop that. Learn to accept kindness from others. It's not a weakness. It's not it's opening yourself up to, again, being the real you. I talked about compliments, I think, in previous videos. And I mean, I'm one that was, when I'm saying that I didn't do this, I did. If people said, oh, that, you're looking good today, the tendency is, oh, it must be what I'm wearing, it must be my makeup, it must be whatever. Stop that. Just say thank you. It's as simple as that. Make no excuses. You just say thank you. Another thing that would help you to be courageous is reducing your stress. When you're overwhelmed, you will feel stressed, you will be anxious. In fact, you certainly won't feel like being courageous because you're so stressed and overwhelmed. So you need to take steps to reduce your stress. And again, the simple technique is the ABC. I hope now that throughout all these videos, if you've been listening and watching and listening to the replay of them, that the ABC is becoming your good habit. Simple and effective if they're used regularly. So if you're doing this, you can remain calm. You can use your affirmation. I am calm. I feel strong. And of course, along with the deep breathing, you're bringing energy into your body. And it's the breathing actually that calms you, relaxes you, but also energizes you. So you've got all these things going on with just a deep breath. So if you're off work or you're working from home, this is not a holiday. And I think that another thing you'll need to do to reduce stress is to take a break. I've often talked again about getting time and space for yourself throughout this pandemic. And it's a difficult one to do. I think I'm promoting the bathroom, but if you're stuck maybe with somebody, then it's you go somewhere quiet and that you can be by yourself and just sit and do the affirmation, I feel strong, and the deep breathing, and just imagine yourself somewhere beautiful, somewhere calm, somewhere that you like to be. And that does make you feel strong, gives you courage, and it improves your well-being at the same time. Obviously, you need to show that you have courage, and you can do this by taking time to help someone else who's maybe in a difficult situation. Now, we see this all the time, some of the stories on television, some of the stories throughout this pandemic where people have helped other people. Now, obviously, you can step in to intervene if somebody's in a really difficult or frightening situation. Now, obviously, you've got to be careful of the safety for yourself. You don't want to put yourself at risk or danger. But even sitting with someone who's feeling maybe vulnerable, that is courageous. You're sitting with them. It's a difficult thing to do, but you will then feel you're showing courage and you will feel courageous. The other thing to do is stop kind of overthinking and worrying about all your failures. Everybody seems to focus on that instead of talking about what you've achieved. Remember I said that resilient people, that is in yesterday's video, resilient people focus on their vision, but they also look at their failures and their setbacks as opportunities to learn, opportunities to do something different. And if they fail at something, of course, resilient people have the courage never to give up. They try, and try again. Now, dealing with change, obviously, if you want to be courageous, you really need to learn to adapt to change. Life changes. Life is changing all the time for all of us, and change happens all the time in life. And when you're resilient, you're able to adapt to that, and you work with it. You're flexible enough and accept the change, and with courage, you'll be able to overcome the challenges that you're faced with every day. When you stop, take time and space to consider the change you find yourself in, then solutions will come to you. I mean, I often, when I use my ABC, just take time and space, particularly if it's a difficult situation, there's something, change has maybe been thrown at me. I find by calming down and doing the ABC, a solution just comes to me. It's sometimes people say, well, I kind of don't understand this. How could that happen? But if it does happen, why knock it? I talked also, I think it was Anthony Hopkins, when he was telling the class of 2020, even if you don't believe, you say, believe, believe, believe. And of course, another thing, and it touches the resilience and courage is the key to enduring life no matter what things throw at you. So you need to learn throughout life from the challenges that are thrown at you. And you learn all the time. It's one of the things I used to say to students. Quite a few do believe that once they've got a degree, once they've got their PhD, once they've got their masters, that they know it all. Well, I'm sorry, actually learning starts after you've got the academic qualification. And I love talking to people who have the University of Life, because it's the life experiences that are teaching them all the time, and I can learn from them. I learn something every day. I mean, you don't know it all. You continue to learn. So when you face challenges, you need to come away from them thinking, right, this is an opportunity that I could have to learn. And learning from mistakes, I've made many in my life. Sometimes we make a mistake, and if you don't learn from it, it hits you again and you've got another mistake. So mistakes will keep happening until you learn the lesson you're supposed to learn. Now, fear again, often fear, we're not talking here about seeing a lion coming towards you, but often fear is just in your head. And again, I sound like the broken record here, but when you face your challenges and fears and don't hide away from them, then you're not wasting time and energy. When we just focus on the fears, this little voice in our head telling us, oh, don't do that, oh, this would be frightening, you're wasting the time and energy there. So you should stop wasting that time and energy, particularly on worrying about what might or might not happen, or you will miss living. Life will pass you by. So don't let fear drive your decisions or drive your life. Focus on what is important in your life. And remember, I think I've talked before in other videos on your inspiration board or your achievement board. Have you done that yet? Cut out things from the papers, magazines, stick it on a board or an A3 sheet or something, and put it up in front of the kitchen cabinet, the fridge, wherever you can see it all the time. And it kind of focuses you, oh, right, that's something I would like to do. And then you can make steps and take action and plan towards that. David saying there, I'm on video just now. Yes, I am. Hopefully most people can't see me. I hope, can you wave? Can you hear and see me all right? Because I'm sitting in a different part of the house. Sometimes I don't get the Wi-Fi or whatever. Now, I'm excited about my books. Almost the Weight of Emptiness is now going into its final stages of, I don't know, they prepare it into uh, um, um, a readable book, I suppose, you know, into the format, the layout. And that's about 2 or 3 weeks away yet, they've told me. But I've also been asked to do a radio interview, and that's What's on My Plate. I'll put up links to that, but it's a bit like Desert Island Discs. So I'm really excited about that as well. So today's ABC. The A, I've said it earlier, I am brave, I have courage, I turn challenges into opportunities. And then we can take our deep breathing in, a deep breath in through the nose, not the shoulders, keep them back, sit comfortably, feet on the ground. I had my legs crossed there, so it's feet on the ground. And then what I thought I'd do today would be the strong tree, the oak tree, because we need to feel strong in order to be courageous. So if we sit comfortably, our feet on the ground, and then I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to take a deep breath in through the nose, hold, and then exhale. Take another deep breath in through the nose, hold, and exhale through the mouth. Now imagine yourself in the countryside. You are walking across a lovely meadow. The air around you is so pure. In the distance, there is a large oak tree. It has strong branches stretching out. The leaves are swaying in the light breeze. You can hear the leaves rustling. You sit on the grass. You rest your body and mind. You lean against the bark of this large, solid tree. You feel its strength flow into your body. Feel its energy flow into your mind. Say to yourself, I feel confident. I feel positive. I am strong. I know I can face challenges and turn them into opportunities. You rest for a while against this solid tree, soaking up its strength and energy. Now take a deep breath in through the nose, hold, and exhale. When you take a deep breath in again, hold, and as you exhale, let all negative thoughts leave your mind. Now slowly open your eyes and say again in your head, I am positive. I am confident. I am strong. I know I can turn challenges into opportunities. I am courageous and brave. Now, I hope you've enjoyed that today. You can just shrug your shoulders again, stretch your arms and yawn. And Go forward today and for the weekend with a positive attitude and, of course, a smile. A smile costs you nothing, laughter costs you nothing, and it will make you feel better, and you'll be set up to face anything that life throws at you. And I've been through so many challenges and traumas in my life, as many of you have, and the people that really are cope best and they endure life in a different way are those who have resilience and courage. And you've all got that within you. You can just build and improve on that and just use my ABC. I'm passionate about this, and you can realise your true potential. So virtual hugs to everybody. I'm doing my videos now 3 times a week throughout June, and that's on a Monday, a Wednesday and a Friday. If there's any particular topic you would like me to cover, and private message me or post up on social media, and I'll keep in touch with you there. And I will post up the links again to the YouTube channel so you can go back and listen to some of the other videos, the ones that maybe capture your mind and heart. Okay, so have a fabulous day. The sun, well, it's trying to peep through here. Some slight grey clouds, but there's a bit of blue sky. And I have a companion today. Oh, she's sleeping. I've got my son's dog again, Darcy, who's the lap dog that usually wants to sit on my knee. So I've got hugs from Darcy today. So virtual hugs to you all. Remember, you can also hug yourself. Okay. Kisses and bye to everybody.